I am the Aina. I have waited for you. Before names were carved into maps or kingdoms rose across the islands, I was here. I am the Aina, living, breathing land. I am not just earth and stone. I am memory, spirit, and breath. I have held generations in my arms, watched trees become ancestors, and carried chants in my soil like seeds waiting for the right hands to plant them again. Long ago, before the footsteps of Kamehameha, I was forest and mist shaped by the wind, and nourished by rainfall that traced my curves like veins through a living body. These waters weren't just boundaries, they were lifelines, weaving through generations. Birds followed their song, and when the moon rose high, the ferns would sway to rhythms older than language. When voyagers came, they honored me. They built hale with quiet reverence, planting ulu, uala, and kalo. They didn't claim, they cultivated, they listened, and they knew their place in the great circle of care. Centuries passed, then came the sugar. In Papaikou, the land transformed under the weight of the Onomia Sugar Company. The mills rose, immigrants arrived, cane filled the air with sweetness and soot. The Hāmākua coast, my beloved shoulder, buzzed with trains, whistles, and the rhythm of labor. The Hilo Railroad curved through cliffs and gulches, daring nature and gravity, hauling cane towards ships at Hilo Bay. The line ran just below me across 100 bridges and trestles, skimming the edge of Onomia Bay where waves whispered prayers of resilience. I held the sweat of field hands from Japan, Portugal, China, the Philippines, people who carried songs of home and hopes of survival. They built communities here, they carved out lives, and I held them all. When the last cane was cut and the mills grew quiet, I exhaled. The iron beast rusted. The vines returned and I waited, not to be used again, but to be loved. Years later, different hands arrived, softer, listening. They came with hearts open to partnership, and in time, they learned a deep sense of kuleana. And when they decided to build, they did so with deep love. They brought wood from distant lands, tiger wood from Indonesia, rich with stories from across the ocean. When it touched my skin, I felt a kind of reunion, forest to forest, heart to heart. It's been years, and it still thanks them with every creak beneath bare feet. The teak doors, all custom-made, were chosen like heirlooms, each one a small monument to care and craftsmanship. The silver oak railings stand along the stairs like elders, graceful and grounded, guiding each step with quiet dignity. Nestled below them, the scent of Alaskan yellow cedar lingers, a wood prized not just for its beauty, but for its quiet strength. They laid granite where the morning sun would strike it, not for decoration, but for light, for warmth, for reflection. And in the kitchen, they hung stained glass so that the light would dance across the walls. They added handcrafted shelves, not for display, but for memory, for books and shells, for talismans, and for treasures. They built a cottage nearby, a space for rest, for retreat, for creating something new. And beside it all, they placed stone, carved sandstone from Thailand, set with reverence near the koi pond. The carvings do not ask for attention, but if you pause near them, you can feel the echo of temples and prayers from across the sea. And the koi, oh the koi, their pond is a sanctuary, still, watchful, reflective. They tell stories with their movements, remembering each face that leans in, each voice that speaks gently. The trees they planted are part of my family now. Rambutan and miracle fruit, longan and jungle mango, black bamboo and golden timber whisper to one another in the breeze. The hala tree sings to the moon. And when it rains, I feel the soil smile. You'll hear the difference here. Even the wind is slower, softer. The air carries mana, the land carries peace. This is a place that calls for stewardship, respect, and deep responsibility. This is a place to remember who you are. If your breath slows when you walk barefoot across me, if the sound of water makes you feel held, if you crave a life that is beautiful and true, then maybe, just maybe, you are meant to be a part of my story. I am the Aina, and your legacy defines me.